Suitcase waited by the door, but you had left weeks before. In our final month together, we spoke but never reached each other. You stopped looking in my eyes. The rooms felt different around us. We still lived beneath one roof, but nothing felt shared anymore. I kept waiting for an ending while living inside one. It was over before you left, before the suitcases were packed. You were still inside the house, but no longer living with me. I lost you in the quiet long before I watched you leave. I remember every evening, your eyes fixed anywhere but mine. Every answer stayed on the surface, nothing opened underneath. We kept following the routine as if it still meant something. The day you packed only showed me what silence had already done. It was over before you left, before the suitcases were packed. You were still inside the house, but no longer living with me. I lost you in the quiet long before I watched you leave. Before you left, it didn't end while you were packing. It ended in each missing glance and every careful answer. The suitcase only moved your body. You had gone in every other way. The suitcase left the doorway. The silence stayed inside the house. Your name is still on my phone. I don't know if I can use it. There was a time I called you whenever something happened. You knew the smallest details. I never had to ask. I felt at home inside your world, like I belonged there too. Now even asking how are you feels like a line I shouldn't cross. Loving someone you can no longer reach means watching from a distance, hoping every new day holds you gently without asking to be in it. I didn't stop caring for you, I only lost the right to show it. I see your life from somewhere outside it. I write a simple question, then delete it from the screen. Your happiness is what I want, even if it's far from me. I used to know your whole day, now I can't ask about one. Loving someone you can no longer reach means watching from a distance, hoping every new day holds you gently without asking to be in it. I didn't stop caring for you, I only lost the right to show the hardest part is loving you and knowing I must stay away. I didn't lose what I feel, I lost the place where I could say loving someone you can no longer reach means learning not to call. I can't hope your life is beautiful without asking to belong. You are still a part of me. I am no longer part of yours. Your name stays on my phone. I leave how are you unsent. Still remember that ordinary night. I wonder if you do. Nothing important happened. We talked until it got late. I don't remember every sentence, I remember how you laughed. It felt like any other night until it became my favorite. I kept it like we both would. Now I wonder if you did. A memory only one person keeps, still has two people in it. I carry every little part you may not recall at all. It means everything to me, and maybe nothing now to you. Sometimes I wonder whether that night returns to you. If you remember why we laughed or how the hours disappeared. Maybe you moved on completely and it never crosses your mind. Maybe we were both there, but only I took it with me. A memory only one person keeps, still has two people in it. I carry every little part you may not recall at all. It means everything to me, and maybe nothing now to you. I thought because we shared it, we would keep it equally, but a moment can mean everything to only one of us. A memory only one person keeps can still be beautiful and true, but beauty becomes lonely when no one remembers with you. I can keep that night forever and still be there alone. I still remember how you laughed. I may never know if you do. Our old song played tonight. I knew your favorite part. I remember every detail you once thought I would forget. The songs you played on repeat, the places we returned to. Nothing has grown distant here, I still carry all of it. Every time you forget one thing, I feel us getting smaller. Being forgotten slowly is losing me piece by piece. First the songs, then where we heard them, then what they meant to us. I'm not afraid you won't remember me. I'm afraid you'll forget loving me. You forgot one little detail you once laughed about for hours. Then one of our old memories felt distant when you named it. I heard the past grow smaller in the way you spoke of it. Everything still matters here. It matters less to you. Being forgotten slowly is losing me piece by piece. First the songs, then where we heard them, then what they meant to us. I'm not afraid you won't remember me. I'm afraid you'll forget loving me. I can bear becoming a stranger in the life you're living now. I can't bear you forgetting why you once loved me at all. Being forgotten slowly means our past becomes less real. You may remember that you loved me, but not remember how it felt. I'll keep carrying every detail, even when you carry none. Our old song kept playing. I still knew your favorite part. Same chair beside the window, the same room without your voice. The chair is where we left it. The window hasn't changed. The room still holds its shape. The nights arrive the same, but nothing feels familiar since your voice stopped filling it. I thought a home was something that stayed when people left. When home stops feeling like home, nothing has to move. I belonged to this place, but I only belonged with you. You made the quiet evenings feel like somewhere I could rest. Your voice made ordinary moments feel like more than they were. Now everything is still here, except the reason it felt warm. I kept looking at the walls for what had left with you, and home stops feeling like home. Nothing has to move. The same chair, the same window, still feel different without you. I thought I belonged to this place, but I only belonged with you. I thought home was this room and all the years it held, but home was how I belonged whenever you were here. When home stops feeling like home, you learn what made it one. It wasn't the chair or window or familiar quiet nights. This place is still around me, but my home left when you did. The chair is still beside the window, but home is nowhere in this room. Name lit up after midnight. I knew you needed something. You disappeared when life was easy, then called when nights went home. I drove across town with medicine and listened until morning. Each time you reached for comfort, I thought you were reaching for me. I mistook being needed for being loved. I only mattered when you needed me. When you were sick or scared, I carried every problem until you could stand without me. Then your messages grew shorter and you disappeared again. The final time you called me, you told me what was hurting. You named every fear you had. I waited for one question, but morning filled the window, and you never asked about me. You didn't come because you missed me. You came because I made it easier. I only mattered when you needed me. When you were sick or scared, I carried every problem until you could stand without me. Then your messages grew shorter and you disappeared again. I kept calling it affection because need looked close to love, but you only held me near until you felt okay again. I only mattered when you difficult nights softer, but you never came for me. You never asked how I was doing, because this was never about me. Your voice grew calm before we hung up. You never asked how I finally said I'm sorry. I had waited years to hear it. I waited while the hurt was new, while something could be saved. I imagined how you'd say it and what I might have said. But every day you stayed away taught me not to wait. The words I needed from you came after the need was gone. The apology that arrived too late was everything I wanted. Your voice was full of real regret, and every word was true. But the person who had needed it had learned to live without you. Years later you came back with the words I used to need. You didn't make excuses, your regret was real. I listened without anger, but nothing changed inside me. I wasn't trying to punish you, I had simply changed. The apology that arrived too late was everything I wanted. Your voice was full of real regret, and every word was true. But the person who had needed it had learned to live without you. You were speaking to the person I had been years before. That person needed every word. I'm not that person anymore. The apology that arrived too late was honest and sincere. I wasn't trying to reject you, I simply didn't need it now. I spent too long becoming someone who could live without those words. You finally said I'm sorry to someone I no longer was. Kept the apartment keys, I learned a different way home. You stayed in our apartment, the neighborhood stayed yours. Our friends still filled your evenings, your mornings looked the same. I moved into one small room across the other side of town. They said we both were grieving, like we had lost the same. You didn't lose what I lost, you kept the life we knew. The rooms, the streets, the people still opened up for you. You lost the two of us, changed the way I travel to a job that stayed the same. Awaken unfamiliar walls and rebuild every routine. You still walk through the same days I had to leave behind. We went through the same goodbye, but not the same loss. You didn't lose what I lost. You kept the life we knew. The rooms, the streets, the people still opened up for you. You lost the two of us. I lost the world I built around you. I know you lost me too. I will not call that small, but you had a life to return to. I had to rebuild mine. You didn't lose what I lost, though we shared the same goodbye. You returned to what remained. I rebuilt where nothing felt familiar. You lost one person from your life. I lost the shape of mine. You slept where we had always lived. I unpacked my life across town. Know the rooms before the house and places before the tickets. We talked about the kind of home we wanted years from then. We listed places we would visit and how our days might look. I treated every plan we made like something we had promised. I was living toward those plans. You were leaving them behind. The future we kept planning never made it past our words. The house remained an idea. We never took the trips. I wasn't only losing you. I lost the life we never lived. I kept adding to tomorrow while you stopped believing in it. I didn't see the distance until nothing could be saved. Then every plan we carried became a life we couldn't reach. I was still imagining us. You were already letting go. The future we kept planning never made it past our words. The house remained an idea. We never took the trips. I wasn't only losing you. I lost the life we never lived. I grieve the rooms we never had, the places on our list. Losing you was one end, and losing that life was another. The future we kept planning was real enough to lose. The house was never built. The trips were never taken, but I still grieve that life like something we had lived. I close my eyes eyes and see the house that never had an address. Heard your news from someone else. You used to call me first. There was a time you called me before the news felt real. Every problem, every small thing, every dream you wanted to share. I knew your days in detail without needing to ask. Then stories started reaching me through people you chose before me. I became the last person to know you had a life beyond me. I heard your plans from other people after they were already made. I thought you still trusted me. You had already moved on. Your calendar kept filling with places I had never heard of. You spoke in finished sentences about choices already made. Each time I asked what changed, you answered like it was old news. I wasn't missing only details, I was missing from your life. I became the last person to know you had a life beyond me. I heard your plans from other people after they were already made. I thought you still trusted me. You had already moved on. It wasn't hearing everything late that changed what I believed. It was knowing when life happened, you no longer thought of me. I became the last person to know that you had moved on from me. You had built a world without me, while I still thought I belonged. Everyone knew where you were going. I was waiting for your call. My phone stayed quiet in my hand. Your news arrived from someone else. Spoke like you had practiced. I heard it for the first time. You said you thought for months. Your voice was calm and steady. You had pictured moving out before I knew we were ending. I was still making room for us in every future I could see. My first night of losing you was near the end of yours. We were over in your head while I was still saying we. You had lived through every ending before you spoke one word. This was my first day without you. You were months ahead of me. Your closest friend already knew what I had just been told. You had accepted quietly we would never grow old. You had made peace with leaving before question. We were over in your head while I was still saying we. You had lived through every ending before you spoke one word. This was my first day without you. You were months ahead of me. I could have faced the truth if you had let me share it, but you ended us in private while I kept trying to save us. We were over in your head long before you said the words. You had already mourned our future and learned to live without it. I was beginning our goodbye. You were ready to move on. You walked away from the ending. I was still at the beginning. There was no final argument, only shorter messages. We never raised our voices, no one crossed the line. Your messages grew shorter, our conversations quiet. We still cared about each other, but stopped looking forward to us. I kept waiting for a reason, but change was all there was. When nothing bad happened, there was no one I could blame. I couldn't turn you into someone I had a reason to hate. We didn't break each other's trust. We simply stopped being in love. I searched our ordinary days for where the feeling changed. There was no single moment, no message I could blame. We simply stopped getting excited when we saw each other. The hardest ending is the one no one meant to cause. When nothing bad happened, there was no one I could blame. I couldn't turn you into someone I had a reason to hate. We didn't break each other's trust. We simply stopped being in love. If you had hurt me on purpose, I could have left in anger. Instead I had to say goodbye to someone I still cared about. When nothing bad happened, the ending still felt cruel. There was no light to point at, no wrong thing to undo. We still cared for one another, but care was not enough. No one was guilty when we left. We simply couldn't feel the same. The candle burned beside your plate. Your chair stayed empty. You changed our plans whenever your friends had somewhere better, then called me after midnight when no one else was free. I answered every late call and told myself it mattered. I thought any place in your life was better than no place. You made me feel optional, like time with me could wait. I was always your next evening. Your call when plans fell through, I kept believing I was chosen. You chose me when nothing else was there. On my birthday at the restaurant, your place stayed untouched. I watched the candle burning with my phone inside my hand. Then your message said something came up. Can we meet another day? That was when I understood I had never been a priority. You made me feel optional, like time with me could wait. I was always your next evening. Your call when plans fell through, I kept believing I was chosen. You chose me when nothing else was there. I never needed every evening or to come before your friends. I only wanted not to feel like the plan you could replace. You made me feel optional until I finally understood. I was not waiting for your time, I was waiting to be chosen. You only reached for me when everyone else was busy. The candle finally went out. Your place was still untouched. I moved the leaving date again. You promised next month would be different. Every time you let me down, you asked for one more month. I moved the day I planned to leave and gave your words more time. I thought one honest conversation could return what we had. Every small improvement became a reason to remain. I waited for a different ending, one that proved I had been right. That every time I chose to stay was leading us somewhere. I needed all that waiting to be worth what it had cost. I saved every apology and read old messages again. One better week convinced me the change had finally begun. Then you became the one to leave before I found the nerve. The ending I kept moving came from you instead. I waited for a different ending, one that proved I had been right. That every time I chose to stay was leading us somewhere. I needed all that waiting to be worth what it had cost. I thought I waited for you to finally become better, but I was waiting for waited for a different ending, one that justified the time. But no final conversation could return what waiting took. I wasn't scared of losing you, I was scared I'd stayed for nothing. The calendar still held my leaving date. You left before it came. I knew that cafe at once. We had drawn it on a napkin. I scrolled through your new city and recognized each place. The corner cafe we chose, the streets we planned to walk. She sat across from you in the seat I used to picture. Nothing in those pictures was new, except the person beside you. Somebody else is living my dreams in the life we planned for years. She sits inside our coffee shops and walks the streets we chose. You kept every part of our future. You only left me out. Then came your office picture, the job we talked about. She tagged the same neighborhood we used to sketch together. I found our folded napkins, every place was there in ink. You didn't leave the dream behind, you only left me out of it. Somebody else is living my dreams in the life we planned for years. She sits inside our coffee shops and walks the streets we chose. You kept every part of our future. You only left me out. Future ended when you and I were done, but only my part disappeared. The rest went on as planned. Somebody else is living my dreams. Now the pictures make it clear. The city wasn't what I lost, it was my place beside you. You kept the future design and lived it with somebody else. I folded up the napkin, the city stayed open on my screen. Birthday came and went, my message stayed unwritten. A check from far enough away not to disturb your peace. I see you smiling more now, building something new. You look happier these days, so I leave your life untouched. Caring for you doesn't mean I still belong beside you. Loving someone from a distance means caring without calling, remembering your birthday and leaving the message blank. I can't want your life to be beautiful without asking to be in it. I still type your name sometimes, then close enclose the empty message. Not because I feel nothing, but because I care enough not to turn your healing into another unfinished wound. Sometimes the kindest thing is not asking to return. Loving someone from a distance means caring without calling, remembering your birthday and leaving the message blank. I can't want your life to be beautiful without asking to be in it. I used to think that loving you meant staying by your side. Now I know I can still care without a place in your life. Loving someone from a distance, it's not asking you to return. I can miss you without telling you, and hope your life feels full. Your happiness has no place for me, but I'm grateful you have found it. Your birthday passed without my message. I still wished you well. You said you were too tired. Then I saw the photographs. Around them you came alive, with stories and affection. At home you gave me silence and answers cut too short. I kept blaming work and life for taking all your energy. I thought you had nothing left. I didn't know you chose where to spend it. You saved your best days for everyone else. Your laughter and your stories, you brought me what was left of you. When everybody went home, I thought the world had emptied you. You had spent it all elsewhere. You said you were too tired to go out that night. Then photographs appeared. You were laughing in them all. The face I waited for at home was everywhere but here. You weren't running out of happiness, you just weren't bringing it home. You saved your best days for everyone else. Your laughter and your stories, you brought me what was left of you. When everybody went home, I thought the world had emptied you. You had spent it all elsewhere. I kept making you excuses so I wouldn't name the truth. You had energy for everyone. You were tired only with me. You saved your best days for everyone else and brought your silence home. You were not too tired for living. You were only tired with me. I kept accepting what remained and calling it enough. The photographs stayed on my screen. You came home without a story. Love the way kept talking. We were talking through our problems. I thought we still had time. I believe this was a hard season we were facing side by side. Then you said, I love the way you understood me. You continue with the sentence. I stayed inside one word. You love me in past tense while I was still loving you. You had turned us into something you could only talk about. I was trying to repair us. You were learning to remember. You kept talking after that, but I couldn't hear the rest. That one word kept repeating, loved instead of love. You were speaking from an ending I had not reached yet. I came there to save the present. You came to explain the past. You love me in past tense while I was still loving you. You had turned us into something you could only talk about. I was trying to repair us. You were learning to remember. I thought an ending needed words we both could understand, but one quiet change in tense said you had already left. You loved me in past tense. Now I know what that word meant. I was holding our relationship like it still belonged to us. You were not living it beside me. You were remembering what it was. Your sentence kept on moving. I stayed behind with love.